Hi, my name is Kim. Welcome to Real Food Tales, where I will talk about real food. And today we're talking about the sugar content in a lot of the products that people buy. This is a 4-pound bag of sugar. Well, they used to be 5-pound bags of sugar. But you will be surprised at how much sugar is in your foods. This Coca-Cola has 25 grams of sugars, including 25 grams of added sugars. Now, 25 grams of sugar is roughly 2 tablespoons. That's 25 grams of sugar. 28 ounces of Gatorade. Right? I can't tell you how many times I drank like a whole thing. So the whole thing is 48 grams of sugar. When I gave up sugar, which I have to be honest, I didn't give up sugar entirely. It's very difficult to do that in today's world. But I did give up sugar for a period of about 2 months and totally dropped sugar. I was like not eating bread. I was not eating anything with sugar, which was really a challenge. The foods that we eat are not really all good for us, and it's important, especially at my age, as you get older, to make sure that you're eating healthy for brain health. When I cut out sugar for 2 months, I had reset my body, and I was having like some brain fog. I wasn't sleeping. I had other issues, and after the 2 months, it was like a total reset. It was wonderful. I was like, this is amazing. I actually cut back since then. I do eat a little bit more sugar, but I am working on a perfect balance for me. And I think everybody should try and find that, especially when it's really hard to buy any food that without sugar. Oats are good for you and have a lot of nutrients, and 0 sugar unless you add it. So what I try and do, well, at least 3 or 4 times a week, is I have oats. Whole rolled oats. Not the quick oats, the whole oats. And I do the same bowl, like that's my breakfast. So I'll have 3 or 4 times a week. The other few times I'll have eggs, protein, chicken, so eggs are good. And it's a real food. I get so excited about real food. Instant oatmeal. Now, instant oatmeal is quick oats, which it's processed. They cut it up into slivers so it cooks faster. Maple, you think maple and brown sugar? Well, yeah, I think brown sugar more than maple, but I was really surprised. A little less than a tablespoon. 12 grams of sugar in one package. One little bitty package. We're talking 12 grams of sugar in this package. When I was eating this stuff, I would eat 2 packages. Cocoa Pebbles. This much sugar. Nutri-Grain, folks. Strawberry, good source of calcium and iron. No high fructose corn syrup. That's a bonus. But we have 12 grams of sugar in 1 bar. A tablespoon of sugar. Let me tell you something about these things, right? They used to be a lot bigger. And they're really not anymore. They're not that big. So there's 3 grams of natural sugar and 26 grams of added sugar. 2 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, now, do you think that's in the whole bag? No, there's about a 1/4 cup. Now, I don't do canned soup, but I figured, let me see how much sugar they put in a can of soup. Now, different soups have different amounts of sugars, but this particular soup, total sugar is 19 grams, 8 of which is added. So part of it is natural sugars. Still, almost about a tablespoon. And then soup! That just floors me. Sweet Baby Ray's, honey chipotle. The sauce is the boss. But let's look at the serving size. There's about 14 servings, and each serving size is 2 tablespoons. SpaghettiOs. My mother wouldn't give these to me when I was a kid. They were out. No, isn't that interesting? Serving size, 1 container, right? But they have per 1 cup. It doesn't make any sense. It would be like, let's see, about 15 ounces. So per serving, which is the whole can, there's 19 grams of sugar. So they're getting really tricky, and you have to be really careful to read this. Applesauce. You think apples? That's real food. Isn't applesauce real food too? Well, here's the deal. It's processed, so that takes away some of the nutrients. But this little thing here, let's see, serving size, half a cup is 25 grams, including 15 grams of added sugar. Ragu, serving size, half a cup, that's about right. And we have 9 grams of sugar in half a cup. I don't know about anybody else, but when I make sauce, I don't add any sugar. It tastes good without adding any sugar. It's really important to gauge how much sugar you're eating. The American Heart Association recommends limiting added sugar intake to no more than 25 grams per day for women and 36 grams for men. Let's just go through, I'm not even counting milk or any other, just a basic day, okay, of an average person eating food, not real food. 17 grams of sugar in my cereal. I'm gonna drink it with one of these Body Armors, which has 29 grams. That's my breakfast. Okay, and then for lunch, well, let's be realistic. Maybe the kids want SpaghettiOs, but I don't. I'll do a can of soup, and the whole can of sugar in this soup is 19 grams. So that's breakfast and lunch. Let's say I need a Coke with my, at another 25 grams. All right, so, I'm gonna have a snack. I'll have 12 chips. Exactly 12 chips, which is another 11 grams. I'm going to have pasta, and I will use a half a cup of sauce, as they recommend, just to be on the low side here. So that's 9, I'm not even counting the pasta. And I'll have some applesauce for dessert, half a cup. Okay, you see that? And before I go to bed, I don't know, for giggles, I'm gonna have one of these bars. And that's another 12 grams. I didn't drink enough, I just had 1 Coke. So during the day, I think I'm gonna have a Sprite. And the Sprite was, another 63 grams of sugar. We're out, it's out. That's it. This think about it, okay? You drink more than this in a day, right? It's 3 beverages, a can of soup, cereal, a snack, one Nutri-Grain bar, a little bit of this, some applesauce. Oh, we need to, and this is what we have in a day. That's over 220 grams of sugar. And the recommended daily allowance is 25 grams of sugar per day. $25 grams of sugar is what they recommend in one day. 225 plus is what we eat. Why would I eat applesauce when I can eat an apple? Or if I want applesauce, I can cook this down a little. Sometimes I'll have a baked apple, but put some nuts. And a lot of people in America, especially, are diabetic, obese, and have metabolic problems, liver problems. It's our diet. It's what we eat. We're not eating real food anymore. That smells so good. Why not peel an orange? I'm gonna get into the cost of eating better, which will surprise you. It's not as bad as you think when I go shopping. Eliminating most ultra-processed foods and most sugar products, I go like this all the way around. So I'm hitting the fresh produce, I'm going into dairy, I'm going into meat, and I go around into cheeses and breads. I don't do breads, but that's it. That's all I need. And I do my best. And this, again, this isn't about me. This is about our bodies. Your body, my body. This is what we really should have, and this is what we're eating on a regular basis. So, I'm here to tell you about better choices, better eating, and better health, and so that you can feel better. Thank you for joining me, and have a great day. All right, we're almost done with the food. What's up? Awesome. Wait, let me turn the camera off.